3 minutes, please.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I just want to comment quickly on what an impressive panel of witnesses we've had today. I wish I had 10 or 15 minutes to ask each of you questions, but as you just heard the chair say, I get 3 minutes, so I'm going to focus quite quickly. And so my first question is going to be for President and Chief McCaffrey. Just very impressed by your testimony and your resume, Chief McCaffrey. And I want to talk for a minute about a tribal council in my northern Saskatchewan riding that recently wrote to the Prime Minister asking about the creation of their own police force for the 12 First Nations that they serve. It's called the Prince Albert Grand Council. I would like to just have you offer any advice on frameworks or first steps or best practices that you would share from your vast experience and knowledge that would help them in the establishment of their own service.
Absolutely. My experience with this would be that there would have to be that process. So through the Police Services Act here in Ontario, which currently First Nation policing is not a part of, but we're working on getting us legislated into that, which would allow for us to become essential services. Now, that being said, that would be the first process to ensure that it's written in there how accosting would take place. That it's created a process for a community to step out from, and so in Alberta that would be the RCMP or Saskatchewan, to be able to step back to say we don't want to be involved in these contract services with the RCMP. We'd like to start our own police service, and provincially we need your assistance to do this, and that would start those discussions. I've seen it happen with the Treaty 3 Police Service in Northern Ontario. They're the most recent example of this, where they went from 23 officers. Now they're at 90 officers spanning 23 First Nation communities across northwestern Ontario.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Maybe just a quick question for Chief Picard and Chief Bill, and I don't think it's a difficult or long answer. In your opinion, is the RCMP too Ottawa-centric? Are they disconnected from the reality of the different local communities across the country?
Very briefly, please. Chief Bill? Your microphone?
Oh, okay, sorry. Can you hear me okay now?
Yep.
Okay,
fine.
Sorry. Okay. Yes, I would think so. In the north, it's a bit different because the RCMP are the only law enforcement around. So we, a lot of times, some of the communities, the remote communities, are left unpoliced. They don't have any officers. They don't have any police that they can rely on. And so, the community safety initiatives like this, that's where I see these kinds of programs can help to offset that. One of the things with the RCMP in terms of its policies, I really feel like the 3 year being stationed in a community for 3 years and then having to leave, or people, get used to some of these officers, and we just get them to a point where we would like to keep them, and then they leave.
Okay, I'm going to have to. I apologize for cutting you off. Mr. Vidal has picked up on the Jack Harris technique of asking a very important question with about 10 seconds